Good evening from Abu Dhabi, and today is the day I'm making this second vlog of mine where I'll be talking about the driving test which I was going through since quite some time. So it happened to be I started my driving class journey in the month of August 2025, and if you have not seen my previous video, then you can go and check my previous video where I've spoken about what are the procedures, how to open the traffic file, and how much you will have to spend if you want to apply for golden chance, and how much time it takes. So the first thing first, why I failed golden chance. The number one mistake which I committed is the moment you go and start giving test, you become little nervous. Yeah, so the number one mistake which I committed is I didn't release the handbrake because I got nervous. And then when I started the car, I drove very well, but in the roundabouts, I didn't wait for the car, and there was one car which had already entered the roundabout, and that's how the police pressed my pressed the brake and took over the handle. That's where I realized that I couldn't clear this test. Now this came as a shocker to me that how could I fail this test, because I've been driving in my country since last 10 days, 10 years, and somebody who has been driving since last 10 years and all of a sudden you fail test, so it come as a shocker to you. That is what happened with me as well. That was in the month of October, and then I realized maybe what shall I do, because that was the golden chance and I had already paid the money. So if you have not seen my previous video, you can go and check it out, that how much money you will have to spend when you apply for the golden opportunity and when you go for the normal one. So here I'm not going to talk about the costing part. Then again I went to the school and reopened the file for the second chance. Now when you go for the second time, there you will have to go through all the procedure where you will have to go to school and learn the parking. You will have to give the parking test, and then you get 3 times to clear the exam. So the first time when I booked the driving test, it was in the month of December, which was on 20th, and I went for the class. This time I drove very well because I had taken the class again, did very well, had confidence also that I'm gonna clear it out. But unfortunately, this time the mistake which I committed was I parked in the parking area where I came in a little speed and I pressed the brake, which was little sudden. That was the first mistake. The second mistake was I parked it right below the parking line. So you need to park inside properly. So maybe that is the reason which was given by the police, and that's how I failed the second one. Now again I booked the third time, which automatically comes the date to you, because this time you have got 3 times. So technically this was my second time, and the second time date which I got, that was in the month of Feb, which was again 2 months later. Initially I thought maybe I'll wait for that much time, and then I will take more classes and prepare for it, and then I will give the class. But later again I decided that okay, let me try to pre-schedule it. So to pre-schedule every test you need to pay 300 dirham. With the service fees it comes to 306, or now it has become 307 since 1st of January 2026. So I paid 306 dirham and then preponed the test. The test date which I got was of 7th of January 2026. Now this time when I had my test, I thought of taking the class same day. So I had my exam schedule at 10:15, and I thought of taking the class in the morning, which I did it 7 to 9. I was pretty confident because I took so many classes after driving in Abu Dhabi street for roughly about 20 hours, you can say, including from the golden time. I had a good confidence now, and I realized that this time I'm gonna be very cautious about everything, and at the same time I was not that nervous. So I'm gonna explain that what all things went perfectly well. This time when I started driving, I took it properly, and then I took the roundabout straight, and then parked it very carefully manner. Everything went well, and I was pretty confident that this time I should pass. And at the same time, I was nervous because I saw a lot of people committing mistake. So maybe I realized I might have also not committed some of the mistake, because you never know. When you are nervous, you don't even understand that what went okay or what went wrong. After that, I thought of going back to home, and when I was on the way back home, I got this text that you have cleared your pass test, and you can proceed for the driving license. So finally, you can say after 6 months, uh, after 6 months hard work, I got this driving test from Abu Dhabi, which seems to be a big task, and I'm really happy and thankful and grateful to my master who helped me drive this class and learn all the rules and procedures. So let me quickly brief you all that what all things you need to be keeping in mind, and what is the procedure to clear the test in first attempt. If you follow this, then for sure you will pass. So the first thing first, the moment you sit in the car, you follow this method, which is SMS. First you adjust your seat, then you adjust your rear mirror, and then you finally put the seat belt on. These three steps once you have done, then you take off the parking light, and you release your handbrake and put it in the drive mode, or maybe you can put it in the drive mode, release your handbrake, doesn't matter. This chronological order, it really doesn't matter. A lot of videos you'll see where they say that you need to follow this step, but it's okay. And then you need to look towards your left and start driving. Once you start driving, you need to be very mindful that you are looking at the rear mirror very often, as much often as possible, because that is the first thing which they observe, and it's a very important thing. You need to look at the rear mirror very often. This is the first step which you need to be mindful about it. The second thing is that whenever police says that you need to go a little fast, please follow him. Don't say that this is the speed limit or whatever, because whenever they say, they always check the road and then only they give you this order, because they are in rush. There are a lot of students who is waiting for the test, and at the same time they are also testing your control, how good control you have. Whenever they say that you need to park or stop immediately, so don't rush into it. Look in the rear mirror again, and then give the indicator and park it in the area where it is safe to park. And once you are done with that, switch on your parking light and follow this. Press the handbrake and put it in parking mode, and release your brake. You are done with your test. So these steps if you follow, then you will pass. And we all get nervous, but it's okay. They are there just to test you, your confidence on the road, and your skills, and how confident you are to handle the situation whenever any emergency parking or anything has to be done. So I would say good luck to all of you. If you follow all these methods, then you will pass in first step, which is golden chance. And till the time you are not sure about the roads, because here it's very different, please take more classes. That will boost your confidence. You might pay little more, but it will give you another confidence to clear the test in first attempt. All the best to everyone, and whoever clear the test, please comment and let me know. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, because I've started my journey newly and I need your all support. Thank you so much.